is Nix, and I was about to film a typical reading vlog, like weekly or weekend weekend reading vlog, most likely. But then I thought, why not make it more challenging, right? Uh, it would be fun, I think. So I decided to pull up a plain old dice simulator. As you can see, oh, it's on Unity. Okay. Plain old one. And I was thinking, maybe I should just let the dice decide how long I read every day. That's an idea. I mean, let's sip. If I regret it later, it will be on me, not on you. So let's roll the dice. I think I will use cancel. I think I will use D10. D10, which means there are 10 numbers on it. If you don't know, or D12. If I use D10, I would have to read at most 10 hours. 12 hours. Am I able to read for 12 hours a day? Will that be possible? I mean, it can bring me a reading slump, and I don't know if I want to read. I mean, I don't want a reading slump, so maybe I should pull D10. Let's take D10, okay? This is the first video that I'm doing except for like BookTube newbie challenge, so I think I should start slowly. Maybe in the future we try D12 or maybe 24-hour readathon. Just a thought. Okay, so oh geez. Okay, let's pull D10, as you can see, and let's just roll it once more. I hope you can. Oh, come on. I hope you can see. How many hours? Oh, I rolled it again by accident. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay. Six hours. Not bad. It's 6 hours. You can't see right now. I hope you saw. It's 6 hours. I'm reading By Any Other Name by Erin Cotter, which is a queer romance that takes place during the Tudor dynasty, where there is Queen Elizabeth on the throne, and there is a plot to kill the queen, and the guy who his family was killed on the queen's orders, he has to work with a noble, disgraced noble, to save the queen. And I don't know how this will go. I mean, he wants the queen dead, but he's saving her life? I don't know. He hates the queen, tries to save her life. When it comes to this noble, he tries to gain a favor from the queen to just let his family be not disgraced. I don't know. Also, what am I reading? Other book, The Dream Thieves by Maggie Steve Water. I'm at chapter 14, so around like 20%. Yeah, around 20% into this book. I really enjoy it. It's the second book in the Raven Cycle installment, where we follow 5 people, sorry. We have Ganzi, who is a smartass who tries to find Glendower, and his friends help him. These friends are Ronan Lynch, who is a bad boy, but not really, like, it's complicated, but he's seen as this punk bad boy kind of character. But he's kind of poetic in a sense, so I don't see him as a bad boy. We have Adam, who everyone loves. Like, Ganzi is so fond of him. Ronan loves him. Everyone loves him. Ronan teases him a lot. Like, they argue a lot, but I can see that he loves him. And we also have... Oh, I shouldn't say that. It's a spoiler. Okay, never mind. There is Noah, who... is this mysterious person, question mark. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Noah that isn't a spoiler, so let's just keep it like that. And also we have Blue, Jade, however you want to call her, who is her family are mediums. They can see ghosts, and they can talk with ghosts, and they can, I don't know, see the future kind of stuff. Like clairvoyant, but also a ghost seer. And they are looking for Glendower, who is a king, Irish king, Welsh king. And they try to find him to grant them wishes. Cannot remember if he is supposed to grant their wishes or something. They try to find him. That's all I know. And there is a man who tries to stop them because he wants to find the Glendower too. So yeah, it's kind of an adventure. There's also a lot of trigger warnings for this, even though it sounds like a YA. There's a lot of trigger warnings, so read them before you try to read the book. And I'm also reading Chain of Gold by Cassie Clare. I'm on page 202. It's after the chapter, because I'm right now at the flashback kind of chapter. So yeah, after the 6th chapter. So probably the next one is 7. The next one is 7. I'm dumb. Okay. Yeah, this is a book from the Last Hours series, trilogy, from Shadowhunter Chronicles world universe, and we follow Lucy Herondale, her brother James Herondale, his parabatai Matthew Fairchild, Cordelia Carstairs is also there. She has a thing for James. We have Anna, who's my favorite. She's a queen, she's an icon. Even though it takes place in like olden times, like 1900s, wait, when is it taking place? What time is it? Around 1800, so it's 1800, so not 18, 19, oh my goodness, get it together. It's 1900s, like early 1900s, and she's wearing pants, even though everyone is like, yeah, wear dresses, be cute and stuff. She's an icon, okay, and Matthew is also an icon. I think he's a raging alcoholic, but he's also a fun character, yeah. And there are many other characters that take role here. And if you read Cassie Clare, you know the drill. There's a lot of humor that is more YA based, and we have problems, drama, who will end up with who, and at the same time demons on attacking, this kind of stuff, and we have to save the world kind of drill. So yeah, I'm also thinking about reading another book if I run out of books. So that's the books I forgot about the one I'm reading since February, Count of Monte Cristo. It's July if you're curious, and I've started reading it February, and I'm on page 392, ideology, out of around 1000 pages. So we'll see if I ever finish it or if I DNF it. But yeah, Count of Monte Cristo. So let's get this started with, and I will see you later during the day. Okay, so first hour is done. I read this for this hour, and I'm almost in the middle. Like, I'm almost in the middle of Gold of Chain. Yeah, Chain of Gold. As you can see, I annotated quite a lot. I've read 100 pages in an hour. Not bad. So maybe if I'm going to read for 6 hours today, maybe I'll be able to read this book whole, because I think it's 600 pages. Why is there so much light here? I'm sorry for the lightning. So, it's 2 hours now. Finally hit the 2 hours mark. I don't know if reading so many young adult books. Right now I'm reading only young adult. Like, I have The Dream Thieves, which is young adult. I have Chain of Gold, also young adult. Young Blood, also young adult. And I'm reading By Any Other Name, also young adult. So I'm reading 4 books, all young adult, plus The Count of Monte Cristo. But I don't know if I completely buy it. Like, I really wanted to love these books. Young Blood, I'm still like considering if I love it or not. I mean, I've read 2 chapters. I'm on like 23 pages in, so I cannot say if I like it or not. Just the writing style, you know? It's not entirely my type, but it's better than By Any Other Name. By Any Other Name is like, the plot bought me. I love the plot. It's interesting. It's entertaining. I love the topic of like saving the queen's life, being a spy master, trying to see who wants to kill her, but at the same time hating the queen, like hating her, but saving her life. And the romance between the main character and what's this other guy's name? James? I think his name is James. I may be wrong. But yeah, the topic is fun, plot is fun, characters are also not bad, but the writing style, oh my goodness, the writing style, I think it's very, I don't want to call it amateur, but kinda amateur-ish. Like, it sounds like it's the author's first book. I don't know if it is, but it's kinda feels like it, you know? It's not the best writing style I've ever seen. There are lines like, his sincerity moved me. My tenderness is flaring up. Like, what is it? It tries to be poetic, but it's not. Also, the word tis, like this, but this is overused. Like, there's so much of it. Like, almost every sentence starts with, "Tis why I like you, tis why I this, tis why..." Why? Like, why is it so much? Why? I don't really like it. I don't enjoy it. I like the book, but I don't but I don't like the writing style. Period. So now I'm gonna read some Chain of Gold because I love it. this writing style bought me. So yeah, I'm gonna read some Chain of Gold. I've passed 2 hours and a half, but I decided to update, even though it was not even a full hour, because I got to part 2 finally, and I have like 200 pages left, so probably I'll finish this today, because I'm really hooked up on this story. Like, I enjoy it much more than I expected, which is fun. I was a little bit afraid of starting this book. I've started a few days ago, I think, and I was scared because everyone was talking about this book like, oh, it's one of the best books that Cassie Clare ever written, and people were talking like this series, The Last Hours, broke their hearts, and it was so emotional and stuff, and I was scared to start this book because I was like, expectations were high. They were really high, so I was terrified. But honestly, it does its job. I love the characters. I love the plot. Writing style is also better than in, like, what's it called? The Mortal Instruments. And it's a lot better than Mortal Instruments, because I think Cassie Clare either is better at historical fiction than like contemporary urban fantasy. She's better at this one, which is or she just honed her writing style a little bit. Like, the writing style is a lot better than in the Mortal Instruments, because she is here she's more entertaining. The characters aren't annoying. Like, most of her characters in the Mortal Instruments annoyed me a lot. Like Clary was the worst character ever written for me. She was terrible. And look, here we have a lot of POVs from other characters, which is great. And we have nice characters, like even Cordelia. I was afraid Cordelia would be like Clary 2.0. She's not. She's a lot more fun, more entertaining. She's nicer. She isn't like judging people and being like, yeah, I have to save my mom. I don't care about the world. I need to save my mom. Come on, girl, keep it together. And Cordelia is more like, I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to, maybe not happy, but I want everyone to survive. I want to do the right thing. I want to be a hero. She's a lot more relatable in that like case. She isn't so self-absorbed as Clary was. So I don't know, I think it may be both. Like, maybe historical setting fits Cassandra Clare's style a lot better, and maybe Cassandra Clare also honed her writing style enough to make why could I speak? An entertaining story that will hook me in, and I would just read half of it on one sitting. Almost one sitting, because I still have a little bit to read. But yeah, I'll probably finish it today if I don't stop for the next few hours. Gaming time for a break. I've been reading for 3 hours. I have enough. Time for Pillars of Eternity. My poor Matthew. I'm scared for him. And also, I have only this much of the book left. So I'll probably finish it before my time ends for today, because I'm at 3 hours 10 minutes and I have only this much left. So I think I will have to look for another book, either another part of this book or not the series, or I'll find something else. Though I was able to finish Chain of Gold. Oh my goodness, it was so good. It was, I don't know, Cassandra Clare really grew. Like, I mean, it was so good. The ending was crushing my heart, honestly. Not only the epilogue. Like, epilogue was okay, but these last scenes were... I cannot tell you anything without spoiling, of course, but it was so good. Like, I love this book so much. I will put it on the shelf now and figure out what I want to read next. I'm almost at 4 hours. Like, I have 10 minutes left until 4 hours, and then 2 hours more, and I'll be done for today. Oh my goodness, I've been reading the whole day. I finished By Any Other Name. It was worse than I expected. I mean, I'm too close. I mean, it's not like it was the worst book I've ever read. Like, it was entertaining, but the plot and everything, the characters, it all, like, it was too stretched out. Like, there were too many plot twists. They were out of nowhere, mostly. Like, for example, who was the killer? There was no way, there was no red herrings throughout the whole story that I would say at the end, oh yeah, that person was a killer. I knew it. It was all like, yeah, it has to happen, so it happens. Like, no, it has to have a reason, you know? And also the writing style was kinda cringe, I'd say, especially through the end. Like, wait, let me find this quote. For example, this is what Anne says to Elias: "Just all you want. You're not the only person aiming to get something from a rich man. And mark my words, I'll win this game and you'll be left with nothing." Like, it's too direct, it's too cringe, it sounds like something out of the book or a movie, like bad movie, and not something that a real living person would say, you know? I never heard someone talking like this in any language. It was like it's a super villain telling you his whole plan at the end of the movie. Like, it had no sense. So yeah, it will be, for some reason it showed me this. Alright, I had clippings. But yeah, it was not good. It was like 2.5 stars maybe. This 0.5 because it was entertaining for some time, but till the end it was like, when will this be over? Because the writing wasn't engaging enough for me this book to be entertaining for the last 200 pages. First 200 pages, yeah, sure, it was fun. Last 200 pages, Nada. No feelings, no emotions, no. I mean, I felt bored, so this feeling was there, boredom, but other than that, there was nothing else. Guys, this huge moment happened. I can. Come on. Turn off the timer. It's 6 hours 43 minutes. And yeah, I've read today The Chain of Gold. I've also I finished The Chain of Gold. I finished By Any Other Name, and I got to past the half point of, like, I have this much left of the Dream Thieves. So I haven't talked much about the books that I was reading, my bad. I was just sorry, I have ice cream here. But yeah, I haven't talked much about the books, right? So I don't think I even talked about anything in this vlog, so I'm sorry. Let me now sum up my thoughts about these books. Let's start with The Chain of Gold. It was good. I enjoyed the characters. They were maybe not diverse because they were mostly white people, upper class white people. But I enjoyed their characters. I enjoyed how different they were from each other. I enjoyed the plot. It was interesting, entertaining, intriguing, all the good things that you can say about the plot. It was there. The intrigue was well written, well woven, let's just say, like a good material. It was good. But yeah, it was well woven plot. It was all the things were on its place. The clues were always there. There wasn't like this moment that we were what is this, why is this happening? This was not foreshadowed at all. There was a lot of foreshadowing here, so I appreciate that from Cassie Clare, who really did this, and she really got better with every book she's written, and I enjoy her writing a lot more right now. I didn't hate The Mortal Instruments, but they weren't also the best books I've ever read. Like, I read them for Magnus and Jace's Snark, and for Isabel. Isabel is a queen. But other than that, I was like, it was really childish for me. I know how I sound like a snob, but the writing style was childish. It was like a teenager's attempts at writing, you know, this kind of thing. Like, it was very fanfiction-y. It was, I mean, Cassandra Clare started as a fanfiction writer, so it kinda makes sense, but at the same time, she's not a teenager. She wasn't a teenager when she published these books, so I don't know why it was so bad, but it was. When it comes to her later books, like, I'm looking at my shelf, Chain of Gold, like Last Hours, which I'm reading right now, I finished the first book, like Infernal Devices, like The Dark Artifices. All of these 3 series are so well written for now. But yeah, they're well written, they are interesting, the characters are not some dumb idiots who just were thrown into this whole scheme like, yeah, whatever, we will try to fight this evil, I guess. They were really committed to that, and I really enjoyed that. Also, there wasn't like this situation, oh, a girl thrown into the world that she never thought existed. No. Here, they all were shadow hunters, they all knew their responsibilities, and they committed. So I really enjoyed that part of the book. It's probably one of the things that annoyed me in Clary, not only her personality as a one thing. I also hated that she was like this kinda chosen one. She wasn't really a chosen one, but she was kind of like this, so it was annoying a little bit. She was like this pick-me girl that's like, oh yeah, I'm so special, I'm so small, I'm so tiny, I'm so delicate, but also I only hang out with guys because girls are too much drama, this kind of thing. So I didn't like her. I didn't like her at all. And Cordelia? Lucy? Anna? Anna. Okay, they were fun. They were great characters. Now, by any other name, it was not good. I'm sorry, because the first 200 pages I really enjoyed. It was the writing style wasn't my favorite. It wasn't the best, but still I enjoyed the intrigue. It was, as it's supposed to be, intriguing. I really wanted to know what happens, what will happen next, how these characters will solve the problem and the mystery, and it didn't deliver. After 200 pages, I was bored to death. I was bored to death. I was trying to finish it as fast as possible. I didn't really care for the characters. They were annoying. I don't know why, but they had something that was so annoying and pissed me off so much. Like, James, his secrets that he hid from Elias were so unnecessary. It was, how do I say it? When he kept some secrets from Elias, it didn't make sense why he kept them. Like, why he kept them as secrets. Also, Elias was... he was also like a pick-me girl. Sorry, but he was annoying. I didn't really like being in his head. He was uninteresting. His personality was like a cardboard, and I didn't really like it. The intrigue was not intriguing at all. Like, the people that were I suspected, they were thrown away in the half of the after 3/4 of the book, almost by the end. They were just thrown away, they didn't even existed. Maybe not existed, but they were thrown away, they were not important anymore. And suddenly there's this another character that was for a few pages, and this character is suddenly this mystery killer assassin, and I'm like, what? It wasn't even foreshadowed. It was I want to do something, the author was I want to do something shocking. Let me just throw it here, a little bit of spice. What? It was dumb. I didn't like it. 2.5 stars it took from it. When it comes to the Dream Thieves, I'm more than halfway through. Why did I wait so long? It's such an entertaining book. The characters are all complicated in their own way, but they are fun at the same time. I even like Blue, even though she's not the best one of the main characters. I prefer Ronan and Adam, but Ganzi and Blue. I forgot about Noah. Noah is fun. Is a good character, but I prefer Adam and Ronan. Then is Noah, and there are Blue and Ganzi. This is my hierarchy. Adam and Ronan are exquisite, and I really enjoy their dynamic. But also, I love these little things in this book where it's not okay. I don't know if it will be a spoiler. I think everyone knows that Ronan and Adam will be together, right? I think everyone who heard about this book heard about Pinch. Ronan Lynch and Adam Parrish. So, the fact that we never hear like, oh, I'm in love with Adam from Ronan Parrish. We still have these snippets of like, he saw Adam, like Adam was hurting, he was like, stop, Adam could have get hurt, and Ronan was like running towards him like, no, stop, don't do it, and grabbed him. And he was like, for example, there was this sentence that he couldn't kill Noah even if this girl wanted it, that it was in his dream, and he was, I couldn't kill him, he was Adam. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna cry. I was this close to crying at that moment. Like, their chemistry, even when they're not together, the chemistry is so good. I know this book really like took a turn, because in the first book there wasn't as much foreshadowing that Adam and Ronan are into each other, but in this book it's like here, snippet here, little bit of spice, like, you know, this kind of thing. So tomorrow we read for 1 hour. Sorry, my camera died for a moment. We read for 1 hour tomorrow. Yes. I can't wait. It will be the best day. Only 1 hour after today's 6. Yeah. Hi, it's the second day, and why am I on the floor? Not sure. I don't know why I'm on the floor. I just roll with it, so you have to. But okay. What today we were supposed to read for 1 hour. It's currently 1 p.m. I haven't read much, and I haven't recorded any of it, and also I didn't count how long. I mean, the ride to the mall, because I've been running errands, was around half an hour, and I've read like a little bit, so let's say I read for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't know. So it will not count for today, especially since we have 1 hour today, so it's not much. But yeah, I will read for 1 hour today. Let's talk about TBR. Come here. I'm still reading The Dream Thieves. This isn't a book I've been reading on the ride to the mall, so I will probably read some of it today. But also my bag. I've been reading. I want to show you the cover, so it's like a real booktuber. Harrow the Ninth. I've been putting off from reading it for like ages. Okay, not ages, like a year maybe, or few months, question mark. I don't know. I just have been struggling to get into this book at the beginning because I was still salty after the ending of the last one, and this one is it's different. First of all, it's in second person, which is not something I'm used to reading. I haven't read the book in second person yet, so it's interesting. But at the same time, I'm interested in how this story will go on, what adventures await the main character of this book, and I'm just really how do you say it? Not excited. I'm intrigued by what will happen. I've heard that this book is a lot different than the first one, and for now it is. It has a completely different like vibe and energy than the first one. First one was a lot more funny and witty. This one is too, but there was one line
You are a walking sacrament, even if your early contributions to lectorhood seem to be finding new and different ways to puke. So, I like the sass here. It's still sassy and witty, but at the same time, it's different. It's different a lot from the first one. So, I don't know if I will love it the same as I love the first one, but we'll see. For now, it's good. It's not bad. It's a good book. So yeah, these two books are what I'm going to read today because it's only an hour, so I don't think I will add something to this TBR. And yeah, I am really excited about these books. I'm really excited about this reading challenge. We'll see at the end what the time will be tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow is the last day. This is like a weekend challenge.
We finished. We done it. Second day, 1 hour of reading. It was not a lot, but it felt like a lot. After yesterday's 6 hours, it's nothing, but at the same time, I feel drained from yesterday. So today was hard. Also, I'm really tired today. I don't know why. I'm just sleepy as hell. This is my third coffee today, and I'm still like I could go to sleep in a minute. Like I would fall asleep in a minute. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, so we have hour 1 minute and 38 seconds of reading today. So I'd say it's good. Now we have to do the how do you call it? The dice roll. So let's take a dice, D10, and this wasn't a roll, so it doesn't count. Let's just wait. Remember when I said if it would be like 10 hours, it would be terrible. It's 8 hours. I think the RNG gods listened to me, but at the same time they were like malicious complaints, like, oh, you don't want 10 hours, maybe let's give you 8. Why? And this is how we chill. I don't want to plug in my laptop to the screen, so I just play on it. Yeah, that's how we chill. It's been 35 minutes since I started reading. I read a few chapters of Harold the Ninth, but I never started this day with talking, and I'm trying to be quiet because it's 5:40 a.m. I woke up around 4:30, I think, and I've started reading immediately. But yeah, I made coffee, I dressed up, as you can see, I just prepared myself to read today. Mentally, of course, because I'm not ready physically. Like, Or maybe I'm ready physically, but I'm not ready mentally because I am freaking exhausted. Not even physically exhausted. I mean, I'm not even tired, but I am tired mentally. Okay, today we read for 8 hours, guys. I don't know if I can do this. Like, bestie, I am tired. At the same time, I'm excited to read the books. Like, I have here some books to read still. I mean, this is my whole TBR. It's like 50 books or something. 50? Wait, let me check my physical TBR because I have a list of my physical TBR. Oh no, not, I don't have, but I have, yeah, I have my physical TBR. So we have from hardbacks, we have 9 hardbacks, and to paperback 29. So it will be like 38 books on my physical TBR, which is not much. I would say it's a reasonable amount. So I've read a few chapters of Harold the Ninth, I think 2 or 3 in this 35 minutes, and I enjoyed this book a lot. It's completely different vibe than the first book, so if you really love the first book, I don't know if you will love second one. If you love funny stuff, I don't think you will find it in this book. I mean, I'm how many percent into this book I am? 18%. I love this book already. Like, maybe it's different from Gideon the Ninth, but at the same time it's still Thompson Meyer. It's still Thompson's writing. How do you read Thompson Muir? Thompson Muir. How to pronounce? How to pronounce Thompson Muir? Oh, sorry, I have.
Looking at how to pronounce this name as well as how to say more interesting related pronounced names as well, so make sure to bring for more learning. In British English, it is usually said. In American, Muir. In American English, however, it would be pronounced as Muir.
Meir. Thompson Meir. Okay. We learn something every day, so read this as Thompson Meir. So, yeah. I'm probably still pronouncing it badly, but bear with me. Even English is not my first language, okay? Thank you. So, yeah, how do you pronounce it again? Never mind. Thompson's writing is still the same person's writing. It's still a little bit witty. A little bit. I'm saying this take it with a pinch of salt, because I am not, I don't think that this book is the same, will be ever the same as Gideon the Ninth, like with the vibe, with the wittiness, sassiness, stuff like that. It deals with a lot of hard topics, at least hard for me, like trigger warning for a lot of grief. If you have emetophobia, also this book might be a little too much for you. I still think I will read Chain of Iron, or I will read Foxhole Court, Foxglove. Sorry, I'm still thinking about Foxhole Court. It's such an amazing book. You have to read it if you love to suffer through a book. Just read the all for the game. Not suffer because of bad writing, suffer because it's really hard, with list of trigger warnings longer than the series itself. Okay, it's been an hour already. An hour. Why can't I say already? It's been an hour already. and I finished the first book today. I finished The Dream Thieves and I loved it. It will be like 4 stars, 4.5 stars probably. It was even more good, yeah, more good. It was even better than the first one, which is something. I loved it. I think it was an amazing book. I think it's one of the better, like, older YA books. This book is really triggering in a lot of way. Not as much as For the Game, which I think is for adults, not kids. But this one is also triggering. We, in the first one at least, have a lot of mentions and a scene of domestic abuse. The second one isn't as bad in this case, but there's a lot of like mentions of it, and there are mentions of ending your life, trying at least, and it's hard to read, but it mostly made me happy, this book. I mean, yellow are for funny things and blue are for everything like that, for swoon moments or sad moments, or moments like the moments that were meaningful to me, and also the moments that involved Adam Parrish, because I'm obsessed with him and the Ronan. So yeah, first book done, hour in. It's only 7 hours now. Oh my goodness, it's not even 7. But now we have to choose another book, because Harold the Ninth is great, but I will not read the whole like 7 hours. My attention span isn't as great to read one book in 7 hours, like for 7 hours straight. No, I can try to finish The Count of Monte Cristo, but okay, let's put this on TBR. Other than that, either I would read Murakami, Killing Commendatory, at least the first one, because in Poland it has 2 parts. I don't know if in other countries it has 2, but here in Poland it has 2 parts, and I've read it already I mean, it was like 5 years ago, or 4 years ago that I read it. Okay, now you will hear me. Should I do a reread or read something that will scar me? Because I think this series will scar me, and I really want to read it. But how long is it? Honestly, I don't know. I don't care about 758 pages. So I would not finish it today, even if I tried. I mean, this challenge isn't about finishing books in the time that I'm reading. It's about reading for a certain amount of time. I may be reading Chain of Iron. I don't know if I should put this on my TBR though. I also really want to continue with The Raven Cycle. Let's put both of them on the TBR for this month, for this challenge. I ran out of ink in my pen, so while I refill it, put this in refill into the pen, I want to say I started, as you saw, probably, if I included the clip, which I might forget because I'm dumb. But yeah, I've started Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I'm on page 55. We passed the 2 hour mark, which is great. I'm on chapter 6. And oh my goodness, I'm annotating it again because, as you see, I've annotated it a lot, but I want this to be prettier. So I'm annotating it again. I've used so many new tabs, like I'm still annotating a lot because the descriptions of Achilles from the Patroclus' point of view, chef's kiss, beautiful. I love the descriptions here. I love the slightly poetic, but not language, but not like purple prose, like, you know, too many adjectives in one sentence, anything like that. No, it's beautifully written. Its poetic language is simple yet elegant, and there's a lot of sad moments which I'm pissed at, especially at this guy. What's his name? What's the name of his father? I mean Patroclus' father. Peleus is the father of Achilles, so Menoetios. So I hate Menoetios. He's an asshole and I want him to disappear, deceased. I don't want to see him anymore. I hate him, thank you. I just don't want to see him. I just hate this guy so much. I hate also, spoiler alert, I hate Achilles' mother. She is such a not nice woman. It's a great book. I love it, and I'm not mad that I started it again. It's my second reread. Oh, sorry, it was my alarm. I was supposed to wake up now. I've been reading. Where's my timer? We are halfway through. It's been 4 hours of almost non-stop reading. I say almost because I got up to make a drink, or I don't know, to move my body a little bit. I stopped the timer when I did that, so don't worry. But yeah, I started my Kindle just fell from the bed. I've been reading third book in the Raven Cycle, and I'm on page 96 at the moment, chapter 10. It's good, of course. It's the Raven Cycle. How can it be not good? But I just love that their chemistry. All these characters have such a good chemistry, and actually, Ganzi is whipped for Adam. Everyone's whipped for Adam. That's like Adam having his own, It's it's so funny. Everyone's like, yeah, Adam's great. I love Adam. I wish I was like Adam. And I'm like, Adam went to the forest to just, to piss. And Ganzi was like, I wish I was like Adam. And I'm like, dude, he was pissing. I don't know why, but that was so funny for me. What else was funny? Mallory, the new character that we met here. He's an older man who just works with them to find the Glendower. And Mallory is just ridiculous. Like, Blue, her name is Jane, but they call her Blue. Ganzi introduced her as Jane, and she's like, Blue. And the guy was like, yeah, your eyes are very blue. You're so observant. I'm sorry? You're so observant because... I just can't. So yeah, that's me. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. Okay. I've also been reading Song of Achilles, and I'm on chapter 11 here. Like 115 pages into the book. Don't tell me. I've been talking to the not working camera. I guess my camera decided to not record anymore, so I'll have to talk to you again. I waited until all the files are copied to my computer, so it was like 20 minutes ago. What I've read is, I'm at 115 pages of Song of Achilles right now. What am I doing? Chapter 11. I love it. I love Song of Achilles so much. I remember reading for the first time, and I was so excited. I was crying like a baby almost throughout the whole book, which is unheard of me. I rarely cry at books. I get angry. I can be happy and giggle like an idiot. I barely cry at books, movies, stuff like that. Only if it's very emotional and close to my heart. This story is close to my heart, really. I've never experienced anything like Achilles and Patroclus, obviously. It's mostly love stories, so that's also not for me. But it's so beautifully written. It's so poetic and at the same time not. Like, it's perfect. And I love Patroclus and Achilles' relationship in this book. It's so endearing and so beautiful, and I'm gonna cry if I think about it, so let me just put it away. And I've started reading third installment into the series of The Raven Cycle, and I'm on chapter 10, page 96. It's great. Hey, this angle is kinda unfortunate. Bear with me. I've been holding like this. What I wanted to say, oh yeah, we passed the 5-hour mark, which means that I only have 3 more hours to read, and can I be honest with you? I don't want to read anymore. Like, it's not even that I don't like reading. I love reading. It's just that I'm exhausted. 5 hours of reading and I'm hot. It's hot in here. I'm on chapter 13 of Song of Achilles. I've mostly been reading this and... where's this book? And... The Raven Cycle. Sorry, I had to think about the title while holding it in my hand. The Raven Cycle and Song of Achilles. I've been reading these 2 books, and yeah, it's exhausting. I'm officially so done. It's 5 hours, as you can probably see or not, I don't know. Here, 5 hours mark been hit. I am so freaking tired. I just want to go to sleep. I've been reading since 5 a.m. and it's almost 1 p.m.
and I've just hit 5 hours. And I still have to hit 3 more hours, which I think I will try to do these 3 hours, 3 more hours. I will try to do how do you say it, like on as much, I want to cram it as much as I can, and I'll probably take a break to eat it like lunch with my family, my dinner, and then I will have to go read again. So I'll probably be reading for the next 20-30 minutes, then I will eat, and then I will come back and read as much as I can at the same time. I will not take many breaks, like maybe to make some coffee or stuff like that, but other than that I will try to not take any breaks, just to finish this freaking reading vlog. I am tired. So my tablet died. It was around 5:30 minutes, so 5 hours 30 minutes. So I put on timer here, and I will just count 2.5 hours. I hope it will give some justice to what I've lost. Okay, I know it doesn't look like this, but I did move. So I didn't just sit here the whole time. And also, if I look like a mess, it's because I've been crying. I've been crying at the moment with Adam. There was one moment where Ganzi and Ronan helped Adam with one thing, and it was like, it made me emotional, and I don't want to cry, it's made me really emotional, and this book was playing my emotions a lot. It was really emotional. It was maybe not terrifying, but it was stressful. It was really tense. I expected it to be a little bit more relaxing, like the whole series. I expected it to be more relaxing. Sorry if you can hear me because of this. I thought this series would be more relaxing, more chill, let's say, reading, but it's a lot more emotional. It's tense. It's really tense. I've been crying like a baby, and the emotional impact that these relations of these 4 kids, well, 5 if we count Noah, it happened, guys. It happened. Here it is. Hey, I took a break from everything. I have my ice cream. Mint chocolate chips ice cream is great. I will not allow any criticism of this flavor on this channel.
It's great. I know some people think that it tastes like toothpaste with chocolate. Sorry, but for me it's great. Okay, let's talk about summing up this whole challenge slash project slash everything else. First, the book that I finished. It will be, I'm looking at my notion, By Any Other Name by Erin Cotter, which was disappointing. As I said before, it was a book that I had really high hopes for. It was a queer romance in not Victorian England, but Tudor times England, times of Shakespeare, and there was Shakespeare as a character, so I felt it would be amazing. It would be great reading, light-hearted, sweet. No, it wasn't. It was light-hearted, even though it tried not to be, but it wasn't as good as I expected it to be. Like, I tolerated the book, tolerated the characters, kinda, but it wasn't anything other, like, more than 2.5 stars. It wasn't good. It just... I don't recommend it unless you are into for something light-hearted and not ambitious, but it tries to be ambitious. That's the worst thing. It tries to be ambitious when it could be just light-hearted, chick lit romance in England in 1600s. It would be fine, but it's not. So no, you don't have to read. If you want to, not if you like F.T. Lucas, because it tried to be more ambitious than F.T. Lucas, but it failed. So yeah, don't really recommend this book. If you want to read it, I'm not stopping you. I don't have this power, but still, I would advise you to take everything in this book with a pinch of salt. The plot twist was out of nowhere. It was like, it happened and I was surprised because there was no clue. There was no red herrings. Red herrings were there, but there was no good clues about who is the culprit. It just happened. It just was like, yeah, remember this character that we mentioned few times only? It happens to be just some side character, not even second plane, oh my god, second plan character. Like, it's not a secondary character. It was like basic NPC that you would walk into in the village, and it was this NPC would be like, yeah, do you want to take quest to gather 10 carrots? I don't know. It was this kind of NPC in this book. I didn't like it. So let's not talk about By Any Other Name, because it was disappointment and almost took me out and gave me a reading slump. That's how bad it was. So now let's talk about something good. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. It was 4 stars, 4.5 even immediately. Like, it was masterpiece. Maybe not masterpiece, but it was great. It was it's another book in the Shadowhunter Chronicles, another series, the Last Hour series, and I loved it. I loved it so much. It's so good, guys. Cassandra Clare, as I said multiple times in this video, really can write either now better, or the historical setup fits her better than the contemporary one, because she really showed her true talent in this book and also in the Infernal Devices. These are her one of the 3 greatest series. One of the 3 is also Dark Artifices, but let's talk about this one. It follows Cordelia Carstairs and also James and Lucy Herondale. We also have Matthew Fairchild, and we have Lightwoods, all of the Blackthorns, stuff like that. We have all these families together, mashed together like some Caesar salad, and they try to
tolerate each other, honestly. It was most of the time they were like, yeah, nice to see you, goodbye. Especially Blackthorns and Herondales, they don't really like each other since some mysterious thing happened. Not so mysterious, but something happened in the past, and now they hate each other. So yeah, there is forbidden romance in here. There's fake dating, which I was surprised because it took me by surprise. Fake dating? In Nobody told me, but I'm not complaining. It's okay. We also have some queer characters, which I'm all in for. Like, lovely. And yeah, it was great. It was good. It was well written. The plot made sense. The characters were interesting. It wasn't like, for example, I said it before, the Mortal Instruments. So first ever series written by Cassandra Clare. Sorry, I will just take my ice cream. Cassandra Clare. It wasn't as shallow as those books because the Mortal Instruments weren't bad per se. They weren't like worst books ever written. They just weren't good. I liked them. I liked some moments in them, but most of the time I was annotating, I was just highlighting the most annoying things Clary Fairchild ever said. So yeah. But overall, 4.5 stars. Cassandra Clare really grew through this whole thing, which we call writing career. Yeah, she really grew, and I appreciate now more than ever her writing. I really think she's not a bad author. Next book that I've read is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. It was good. Again, 4.75 stars. 5 stars almost. Like, it was great, but I don't feel like giving it 5 stars. I don't know what it is, but something blocks me. I still made 5 stars on my spreadsheet because, let's be honest, I love this book, and this whole series is for me, like the series as a whole. If the 4th book will be as good, I will give the whole series as a whole 5 stars. It's great, it's amazing, it's lovely, it's everything that I want from a series. Just saying. So yeah, here we have continuation of what happened in book 1, of course. And I will not talk about plot too much because it would be a spoiler and I don't want to spoil you. So yeah, I can put it down. It follows a group of friends. We have Blue, we have Ganzi, Noah, Adam, and Ronan. And they try to find a mythical, I'm not good at British history, but they look for Glendower, I think I'm pronouncing it right, who was a Welsh king, and they try to wake him up from his slumber, sleep, wherever it is. So they try to find him and wake him up following the lines of power. I'm not sure how those magical lines. In Poland they call it linie mocy. I don't know how it's called in English, and I will not pretend that I know. So yeah, they follow those lines to just find Glendower. That's the whole series. I mean, I kind of simplified it because it's a lot of like simple, maybe not simple, that's the wrong word. A lot of smaller things happen throughout, like we have mentions of domestic abuse, which is a big trigger warning for people who want to read it. We have domestic abuse, we have self-harm, we have alcoholism there somewhere, we have a lot of triggering subjects there. So if you are squeamish, I mean that's squeamish, that sounds really negative, but if you are easily triggered by those kinds of things, then please don't read it. It would be a pain for you. But for myself, it was fun. I mean the book as a whole, not those plot lines, but yeah, I enjoyed this book. I think those plots, like subplots, gave this book a lot of life. I think that thanks to them we actually know these characters well. And for me, this book isn't much about waking up Glendower, which is interesting, but it's a little bit like in Skyrim, where you have main plot and you just abandon it because the side quests are better. This is for me the series of the Raven Cycle. I just like the subplots better, and I think that this story for me is about growth that these characters have more than the plot of finding Glendower. It's interesting still, but more for me interesting is how these characters grow, how they learn to trust each other, and how to love each other in some way. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and the same opinion goes to third book in the series, Blue Lily Blue. It was also great. It was even better than the second book, not because it was like technically better, it was because it made me cry. I cried like a baby. So this book really made me weep and sob and look like a mess. I still am a little bit smudged, my makeup is smudged, but I don't have a care. I don't care. I don't want to. I cannot find one single like pore in me that would want to fix it up. So no, I will not. So now, books that I haven't finished but started or just continued. Harrow the Ninth, which is a second book in the Locked Tomb series trilogy, but this trilogy gets a fourth book, which is, I think, the greatest plot twist Tamsin Muir could ever do. But yeah, it is a great book, a lot different than the first one. Yeah, definitely different than the first one. The first one was witty. There were a lot of jokes and funny scenes. Here we don't have many funny scenes. It's more serious than the first book, and I think that's the power of Tamsin Muir. I think the third book, I've heard that it's different than this one and the first one. So I think this author, what they do, I don't know if it's what gender is this author, honestly, and I'm sorry, they do really care about making different stories. They really can make different stories. That's their power, you know. This author can craft the same story with different vibes throughout. Like, we have different characters. I think the third one has a different character, not sure. But we have those different POVs, and these POVs are completely different. They are unique for their own sake. Like, Gideon was witty. Harrow is focused and dedicated. The third one, I still don't know what it is, but I will figure it out as soon as I read it after Harrow the Ninth. So yeah. I've also embarrassingly read only one chapter of The Count of Monte Cristo. I think I will suffer with this book throughout the year. I mean, it's not a bad book, don't get me wrong. I don't think that The Count of Monte Cristo is a bad book. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I think it's good study of a character of a man who was locked up for many years and just came out of prison and wants to get revenge. You know, this is a great study, character study, but at the same time it's 1,000 pages long. Come on, what book has to be this long? That's not even fantasy. So yeah, I'm really trying to read this book, but sometimes it's hard for me, because when it comes to classics, I tend to read shorter classics. The longest classic I've ever finished was Dune by Frank Herbert, but any other classics I've read are like 300 pages, maybe 400 pages at most. This is 1,000 pages. I'm reading it since the end of February. I still haven't finished yet. Take it as you will. And also another book that I started today, haven't finished, but I'm
only good. I have a time and I will use it to read this book. It's The Song of Achilles. I love this book so much. I'm on page 145, chapter 13. I abandoned it to finish this one, so I didn't finish Song of Achilles, but I will. It's heartbreaking already. Like, it broke my heart into pieces, and I know it will happen many times yet. So I'm just waiting for my heart to be deceased, broken into pieces. Oh, it follows a story of Patroclus and Achilles, the greatest romance in mythology, in my opinion, and it follows their story and how they met each other, their feelings for each other. It expanded the lore, like showing their characters more, their adventures since they were kids, and it gave them a lot more character. Like, Achilles is seen here as this naive, delicately naive, like, boy who was sheltered his whole life, didn't even been threatened before. We have also Patroclus, who is complete opposite. He doesn't trust anyone. He is really closed off for people because he wasn't treated right his whole life, and he expects the worst every time. And these two, how do I say it? They are like two pieces that put together they make a whole. And I love them so much, and I know what will happen throughout this book, and I feel sorry for them already. So yeah. Okay, so this was it. These are the books that I finished or didn't finish. I missed my finger, or didn't finish but started / read. I feel like I could use a nap. Maybe first eat my ice cream because it's almost melted. It's good. Yeah, it's good. So, sorry for finishing this way, but my ice cream is almost melted. So, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you who stayed with me throughout this whole experience. If you stayed, I love you. And yeah, see you in the next one. I hope you will be in the next one. I'm not sure yet what it will be. I think the next one will be probably my favorite book list. So stay for that. My favorite books of all the time video. I plan to film it soon-ish. Yeah. So see you in the next one. Bye.